Hello friends, welcome back for the lecture series of engineering mechanics. Now we are dealing with the unit number 5, that is kinematics of particle. So today we are going to learn the new topic, that is relative velocity. So the word itself indicates that we relative velocity indicates that the velocity with reference to another some relative object or with reference to some object. So relative velocity. So when we say that a car is having velocity of 40 kilometer per hour or 20 meter per second, so in that case we are saying that velocity with reference to the earth. So here we have assumed that earth is a stationary or having the fixed reference. For the car, earth is a fixed reference point. So therefore we can relate that velocity with respect to that fixed reference point. But as we know that earth is also moving in a solar system. So in that case, can we relate that velocity with respect to that moving object earth? So in that case, solar system it becomes the fixed reference point and earth is having the some velocity and the car is also having the some velocity. So whether it is 20 meter per second, that velocity, whether it is actually the true velocity, no, it is not, because that velocity is we are considering is with respect to the some fixed reference point, but actually earth is also moving. So in order to find out the relative velocity with respect to earth, so it becomes quite tedious and cumbersome job. So are you understand the concept of relative velocity? Okay, so I will read out this is for you. When the distance between any two points is changing either in magnitude or in direction or both, then either of the particle is said to have velocity in relation to other is termed as a relative velocity. Relative velocity, the velocity of an object with respect to another object. Here the velocity of the object with respect to the another object. So if you observe this figure having the fixed reference point is xy. This x or y is the fixed reference point and this x dash and y dash is the moving frame. So xy is your fixed system of axis and x dash or x1 y1 is moving system of axis, and this Ra and Rb is the position vector with respect to the fixed reference system. Now here if you want to find out the relative position of B with respect to this moving system of axis, so in that case it is denoted by the Rb of A or Ra of B, that is a reference with respect to this moving system of moving system of axis. So here the position of A with respect to this fixed system reference system is denoted by Ra and the position of B with respect to this fixed system of axis is denoted by Rb. When we have to denote the position of B with respect to A, that is having the which is on the moving system of axis, so that is denoted by Rb of A, that is the indicates that position of B with respect to A, that is again having the some velocity or it is moving. So here there are the two frame of reference, one is the absolute frame of reference and another one is the relative frame of reference. This x1 y1 is the relative frame of reference and xy is the absolute frame of reference. That is again we have discussed earlier the example of velocity of car or movement of the car. Here when the movement of car with respect to the earth, when we say that in that case we assume the earth is stationary, When we consider the motion of the earth itself with reference to the solar system, so in that case that velocity is becomes the relative velocity. So if you understand this concept, what is absolute and what is relative. Okay, now come towards this example. Suppose this man is standing which is in stationary position and this car or this bus is moving. So in that case, when this bus is moving, we can say that the bus is having some velocity with respect to this man, because this man is in stationary condition. So this becomes the absolute velocity. Now there is one person who is sitting inside the car, or let's say that there is a driver. When we say that, when we say the velocity of this truck or bus with reference to that driver, so what is that velocity of that truck or this bus with reference to that driver? Obviously it is 0, because the driver is having the same velocity as that of car. So we can say that relative velocity of that bus with reference to that driver is 0. So here the relative velocity concept will be there. And when we say that this velocity of this bus with respect to this person, so in that case this person is a stationary, so that velocity with respect to that person is a absolute velocity. I hope that you have understand the concept of relative velocity. Now one dimensional motion. Here x and y is the fixed reference axis, and there are these two cars which are moving in a positive x direction. The car A is moving with a positive x direction. Its position with reference to this y axis is given as a xa, and the position of car B with respect to this fixed reference axis y is given as a xb. Okay, so this xa and xb is the position with respect to this fixed reference axis. Now when I say that the position of A with respect to B, the position of A with respect to B is now from this. This is the position of A with respect to B. Now here B is having some motion and A is also having the some motion. So that the position of A with respect to B is given as xa minus xb. So this is known as a one dimensional relative position. So are you understand this? Very simple. Here the position is now with respect to this B, therefore it is known as a relative position. Okay, similarly here the relative velocity of absolute velocity of A with respect to this fixed reference axis is VA, and absolute velocity of this car with respect to fixed reference axis is VB. Let's say that fixed reference axis is your earth. So you can say that my car is having velocity of VA. So in that case the fixed reference axis is earth. Similarly the car B is having the velocity VB, that is again with respect to the fixed reference axis is earth, or here y. Now when we say that the car A is having velocity is 10 meter per second with respect to this car B, so in that case it becomes the relative velocity. When we relate the velocity with another object which is having the some velocity, in that case that is known as a relative velocity. So how to find out the relative velocity in one dimensional? So velocity of A with respect to B is equal to VA minus VB. So that is absolute velocity of A minus absolute velocity of B. So from that you can find out the relative velocity. Similarly we can find out the acceleration. So here acceleration A is absolute acceleration and acceleration b is the absolute acceleration of car B. So when we have to find out the relative acceleration of A with respect to B, that is nothing but the absolute acceleration of A minus absolute acceleration of B. So from that we can find out the relative acceleration of A with respect to B. So I will provide you the some simple example. The car A is having velocity 10 meter per second. This is absolute velocity, and car B is having the velocity of 5 meter per second. Now we have to find out the relative velocity of A with respect to B. So how to find out that relative velocity of A with respect to B? VA minus VB. So 10 minus 5. So 10 minus 5, that is velocity of A with respect to B. So 10 minus 5 is 5 meter per second. When we say that relative velocity of B with respect to A, so you have to write down first velocity of B, that is 5 minus 10. So that will be give you the relative velocity is minus 5. So this is the relative velocity of B with respect to A is minus 5 meter per second. Okay, when two objects are moving in a same direction. Now when two objects are moving in a opposite direction, so in that case one reference frame you have to choose as a positive and another one you have to choose as a negative. Let's say that towards right I have choose positive and towards left is negative. Okay, now velocity of A with respect to B, VA minus VB. Now here velocity of A is minus 10 and velocity of B is minus 5. So that becomes a minus 15 meter per second, and velocity of B with respect to A when we have to find out. So that is nothing but the VB minus VA. So VB is plus 5, then minus 10. So it becomes 5 plus 10, that is 15. So velocity of B with respect to A is plus 15 meter per second. So many times you comes across this experience in day-to-day life also. When you are traveling one direction and another car is traveling in another your opposite direction, in that case you observe that your feeling is that the another car is having the higher velocity in that case, or it is moving faster. This is your experience. This is now two-dimensional motion, graphical approach. Let's say that this car is moving along towards right and another car is moving in negative y direction. This is positive x direction and this is negative y direction. So in that case, when we have to find out the relative velocity of B with respect to A, so we have to use the graphical approach. Just we have to draw the triangle. This is velocity of A with respect absolute velocity, and this is the absolute velocity of B. So in order to find out the relative velocity of B with respect to A, you have to form this triangle. This is the velocity of B with respect to A. Let's say this is VA and this is your VB. So by applying the Pythagoras over here, you can able to find out the relative velocity. Or by this graphically, if you plot this with some scale VA and with some scale VB and draw this line, measure this line and multiply it by scale, you will get the relative velocity of B with respect to A. Similarly, if you want to find out the relative velocity of A with respect to B, so just this arrow will be going in this direction instead of in this direction. Okay, now here velocity of A is shown over here, velocity of B is shown over here, that is a absolute velocity. And when we have to find out the relative velocity of A with respect to B, your arrow is in opposite direction. So V of BA is equal to V of AB is equal to under root of, that is Pythagoras, VA square plus VB square. From that you can able to find out the velocity of A with respect to B or B with respect to A. Again you can draw, if graphically this value is given, whatever that value multiplied by scale gives you the relative velocity. And tan of theta, if you want to find out tan of theta, that is Vb upon, if this angle is theta, that is opposite side upon adjacent side, that is Vb upon Va. That direction can you able to find out. Now we are not going to solve the problems by graphically in your examination. We have to solve that problems analytically. It is quite simple. Just recall the resolution of forces while solving these numericals of relative velocity by analytical approach. First step, find the velocity component in two mutually perpendicular direction, that is Vax, Vay. That is the two component of velocity of A, and another we have to find out the component of velocity of B in two mutually perpendicular direction, that is Vbx and Vby. If you observe over there, so Va and this is Vb, we have to resolve this Vb into its two component. Okay, so this is your Vbx and this component is your Vby. Okay, so this is Vby, this is Vbx. So what is Vbx? Vbx is Vb cos of alpha and Vby is Vb sine of alpha. It's negative, both are negative, it is in third quadrant. Now Va is nothing but the Vax, because its y component is 0, because it is given truly horizontal. Okay, find the velocity component in two mutually perpendicular direction, that is Vax, Vay and Vbx, Vby. So are you understood this first step? Now second, find the difference in the component velocity in each direction to get the component in relative velocity. Now we have to find out the difference in the component of velocity in each direction. Now we have to find out relative velocity. R indicates the relative velocity in x direction. So relative velocity in x direction, that is relative velocity of A with respect to B. So we have to first take the relative velocity of absolute velocity of A in x direction and absolute velocity of B in x direction. So Vax minus Vbx. Relative velocity of A with respect to B in y direction, that is Vay minus Vby. Now combine the component to get the resultant velocity. So relative velocity of A with respect to B. So we have to club this component, that is Vrx square plus Vry square. So from that you will get the relative velocity of A with respect to B. So for that first we have to resolve these two velocities into mutually perpendicular direction, then find out the relative velocity in x direction, then after that find out the relative velocity in y direction, and then combine the component to find out its resultant. Okay, so again I will explain you here. The relative velocity of B with respect to A is equal to under root of Vbax square plus Vbay square. So this is Va, this is Vb, and this is relative velocity of B with respect to A. Now what is Vbax? Vbax, that is Vbx minus Vax. Vby minus Vay. So we have to resolve this. Yes or no? Now here Vay is equal to 0 because it is truly horizontal. Is Vax is nothing but the Va. Now Vby, what is Vby? Minus Vb, this is Vby, minus Vb sine of alpha, and this is your Vbx. What is that? Minus Vb cos of alpha. Now substitute that values, that Vbx over here you will get the Vbax, and Vby over here you will get the Vbay. Now tan of theta, that we find out that VBAY upon VBAX, that is the relative velocity in y direction divided by the relative velocity in x direction, will give you the tan theta. So theta is equal to tan inverse of this term, this total terms. So friends, I hope that you have understood this. So thanks for watching. So this is same as that of resolving the forces and find out its resultant. Nothing is difficult in that.